From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, if you're heading out the door today, you're probably going to want a light jacket right now as our temperatures are still into the 40s and yes, even into the 30s. We're looking at 39 degrees in Jackson, 41 in Hillsdale, 45 in Lansing and Grand Ledge as well. We had a beautiful sunrise this morning across our quad cams, and we're starting to see maybe just a little bit of some mid to upper level clouds working their way in as we head throughout the day. Over the next 12 hours, temperatures do warm up into the 60s, but that comes with a chance for some clouds moving in throughout the afternoon and evening. All the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News This Morning starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. Thank you for waking up with us. It's Sunday, September 7th. I'm Karina Prieto, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. Well, Saturday kicked off a week-long celebration of Mexican Independence Day in Chicago. Some community events have been canceled, but a parade yesterday went forward as planned. Jermont Terry is here for you now with those details.
Thousands lined the parade route despite new fears of deportation. Olga Cook is a U.S. citizen originally from Mexico.
It is a concern every day going out the house and being with my family or my friends.
Scattered in the crowds, volunteers on the lookout for federal agents, each armed with an orange whistle to send a warning if immigration officials showed up. It was a real possibility following President Trump's ominous social media post.
For the president to come out with these threatening words is disgusting.
President Trump has recently zeroed in on Chicago, criticizing crime levels despite state and federal data showing crime in the Windy City is declining. Chicago police recorded the fewest homicides this summer since 1965. Trump has threatened to send the National Guard to Chicago as he did in Washington, D.C. His Guard deployment to California in June was recently ruled illegal by a federal judge. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker expects the Trump administration will use a different playbook in his state.
And part of their kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
CBS News has learned the Trump administration is pushing forward with a plan to turn Naval Station Great Lakes, about 50 miles north of Chicago, into an immigration operation staging area. According to an internal government memo obtained by CBS News, the Department of Homeland Security requested roughly 250 agents and 140 vehicles on the base.
And back here in Michigan, Republican U.S. Senate candidate Mike Rogers is urging President Trump to deploy the National Guard to Detroit in response to what he calls a surge in violent crime. In a statement on his campaign website, he urges the mayor of Detroit to call the president for backup, saying Detroit ranks second in the nation for violent crime and soars far above the national average on every standard, including murder, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. Rogers says he's calling on Mayor Duggan to, quote, make Detroit safe again. A spokesman from the mayor's office issued a statement saying, in part, in 2013, the city of Detroit had more than 750 carjackings. In 2025, we had 57 as of yesterday, a 90% reduction. Our strong partnership with U.S. Attorney Jerome Gorgon has just added several more federal prosecutors to drive the violence down even further. The historic drop in Detroit crime in recent years has come from the efforts of serious law enforcement professionals, not from non-serious politicians like Rogers, end quote. Congresswoman Haley Stevens, who's also running for that U.S. Senate seat, responded on X saying, quote, Mike Rogers just called to deploy the National Guard to Detroit. Was wrong in '67 and it's wrong now. This is exactly why I introduced a bill to stop Trump's abuse of power, because this chaos won't stop in someone else's community. It'll come to ours unless we do something, end quote. Settlement payments for victims of the Flint water crisis are now getting ready to be handed out. The court-appointed special master for this crisis filed a notice regarding the payment process and timing. It says eligible claimants will receive instructions this fall on how to get their payment through the official Flint water payment portal. As of August 25th, there have been close to 256,000 people approved for this payment, including more than 13,000 children. And in this week's Consumer Report, a well-known food conglomerate is breaking up and the labor market is cooling down. Christine Lazar is here for you now with the latest.
The labor market is continuing to lose steam, adding fewer than expected jobs last month. New data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show the economy added just 22,000 jobs in August. Unemployment ticked up to 4.3%. The data indicates continued uncertainty over President Trump's economic policies. Kraft Heinz is splitting into two companies after a decade together as one of the largest food manufacturing conglomerates. The breakup is partly due to consumer preferences shifting away from highly processed foods in favor of healthier options. Experts do not expect an impact on the prices for popular brands. The split could take a year to complete. And on October 1st, Amazon Prime is ending a program that lets members share free shipping perks with people outside their household. Amazon is now encouraging users who don't live with the account holder to get their own subscription, offering a one-year membership for $14.99 the first year. The company is rolling out a family program to allow account sharing within the same household. And that's your Eye on Consumer Report. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're still seeing plenty of blue sky on the Capitol Cam right now. There is a little bit of some clouds on the horizon, but that's going to increase as the day goes on, much like we've seen over the past few days, where we've started really sunny, but then throughout the day we just get those clouds moving in and we still see those partly cloudy skies. It's still a little bit chilly this morning. Temperatures across the area are into the 40s and 30s. We're looking at 39 degrees in Jackson and Charlotte, 43 degrees into Mason, 45 in Lansing, 40 degrees down into Marshall, and 41 in Coldwater. Our visibility has improved. We're still seeing a little bit of 10-mile visibility in Lansing, Mason, and even into Ann Arbor, 7 miles into Jackson, 2.5-mile visibility into Marshall, and 1.25-mile visibility in Charlotte. So just be aware that there are some patchy fog conditions across the area, so just take it easy if you come across one. Now, as you see, we're having some very quiet skies right now on our satellite and radar. Zooming out, we are looking at a high pressure system moving in slowly from the west, and eventually we will see that moving in, and that will provide some very nice weather for today and even into tomorrow. But for today, we're going to continue to see a mix of clouds and sunshine. But I still think it's going to be warmer than where we were yesterday. Yesterday we were only in the low 60s. Today we're going to be in the mid to upper 60s, 66 degrees, but that's still below average by about 10 degrees. We'll continue to see those clouds increase throughout the day, maybe a spot shower here or there, but I think most of us are going to remain dry, as we've seen across the area for the overnight hours and even into yesterday. We were supposed to have a little bit more rain, but we didn't see that because the atmosphere is still just a little bit too dry.
And we need that rain.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and I can't believe the 30s on there still at this time.
I know, it's just a little bit chilly out there. I know I had to have the heated seats on as I was waiting for the car to warm up just a little bit. It's a little bit crisp this morning.
Yeah, well, thank you, Kelsey.